Today's IFPMA interview series is on Vaccine Interrupted, simplifying regulatory complexity for better products to be available to patients faster, with Dr. Stephen Cook, Chair of the IFPMA Vaccine Scientific and Regulatory Working Group, and Vice President, Vaccine Global Regulatory Affairs, Head of International Region, EMA, Japan, WHO, at GSK Vaccines. Stephen, could you please explain the notion of variations in vaccines? Why are these needed after the vaccine is approved and in the market?
We develop and market new medicines, new vaccines, and when we launch these, they are produced using the highest standards that are available at the time of launch. But as the product evolves, as we gain more experience in the manufacture, as we gain more experience in the safety of the product, it may become necessary to introduce changes or variations that ensure that the products stay compliant with the highest quality standards that are available, not just of yesterday, but also of today and maybe even for tomorrow. There are a number of reasons why we might make changes to the product. Some of these are to stay abreast with evolving quality standards. Manufacturers also want to continually improve the quality of the products, and that too requires us to make changes to the product and submit these changes to the regulatory authorities. These could be small changes, they could be big changes, but they're constantly evolving the quality of the product. As the product is launched, the demand for the product will grow through time, and that also requires manufacturers to think about how am I going to meet this demand, and that frequently requires us to introduce new manufacturing facilities. Finally, we have the situation that as we use the product in a real life setting, we gather more safety information through our pharmacovigilance systems, and we need to reflect that safety information into the product labeling so that the patient and the physicians who prescribe the product really understand the safety and the benefits of the product.
How do these variations take place technically and within which timelines?
The timelines to go through this vary hugely. For a very simple change where we don't need to generate much data, the internal time frame might be several months. But if we need to do comparability studies, generate consistency batches, maybe even do clinical studies, the time needed to generate the data to validate the change could be months or even years. The regulatory procedures also vary greatly between countries. In some countries we've got systems where we can submit a simple notification. In other countries that same change might require significant regulatory review, which takes a lot of time.
What does mutual recognition mean in such context? And what are the benefits they bring?
The workload that the industry needs to manage is quite significant in terms of preparing regulatory submissions, submitting these to the authorities and waiting for their approval. But we mustn't forget that the regulatory authorities themselves are also under pressure. Mutual recognition is a process whereby regulatory authorities can help share the workload between them. That means that they don't all need to conduct the same review. This has several benefits. For the industry, it means that we would potentially have quicker reviews because we don't need to wait for every single authority to review and approve a change. For the authorities, what it also means is they can develop specific expertise in specific areas. They don't need to be an expert in everything. By pooling that resource between the different authorities, they can therefore do a better, more effective, faster job than they would be able to do each individually.
If you are omnipotent, with a magic wand, what would be the change you would like to introduce to smooth this process?
If we had harmonisation and more mutual recognition between regulatory authorities, that would hugely simplify the task of industry, and it would greatly facilitate the availability of the best quality medicines to the patients that need them.